okay? And I'm going to draw my line through these points, okay? And your last step, when you graph your line, is to actually name your line. So how would I describe this line? Well, it's y equals 3x plus 2. Okay? Did everyone's line look similar to mine? Awesome, good. It's very important that you write down what that equation is on that line, okay? Okay. Is there any questions on what we're doing here? So strategy 1, a t-chart, plugging in your x value into your equation in order to determine y. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to move on to strategy number 2. Okay, I'm going to use a blue for this. So, that was strategy number 1. So strategy number 2 is we are going to use the slope-intercept form. Okay, so you can just write this out. Slope-intercept form. Okay? So, you are always going to go to your equation and you're going to label what our y-intercept is and what our slope is. So, this is my equation, the same one. 3x plus 2. What is my y-intercept? What's my y-intercept going to be? Yep, 2. Okay? So, the first step is my y-intercept is equal to 2. So, my coordinate would be 0, 2. Okay? And it's important that you remember that this will be our starting point when we're graphing. Okay? So, right away, I'm going to actually plot that point. Okay, I'm going to use a different color. Instead of using a bullet, I'm going to use an X, so that way you can see. So 0, 2, okay? There's 0, 1, 2. Okay, so that's my starting point. Everybody agree that's my y-intercept? If this number was negative 2, what would my y-intercept be? Yep.
Negative 2?
Yeah, negative 2, so my coordinate would be 0, negative 2. Okay, awesome. Okay, so my second step is to look at my slope. So what value in this equation represents my slope? Yep.
3.
3, awesome. Okay, so this is my slope. So my slope is equal to 3. Okay, so that's just telling you how steep is that line going to be? Is it going to be closer to the y-axis or is it going to be further away? Okay, so the closer my line is to the y-axis, the steeper the line, okay? The steeper the slope. Okay, if it's further away, okay, it's not as steep. And obviously, what happens if it's right on the line? There is no slope. So what would I not have? I probably wouldn't even have this part in my equation, okay? And we'll talk more about that in a bit. So one thing to remember, when we're looking at our slope, I'm talking about your rise over your run, okay? What does this look like to you? A fraction?
Yeah.
Right? We have a numerator and we have a denominator. How would I represent 3 as a fraction? This is going to help us when we're graphing. How would I write that as a fraction? Yep.
Would be above the denominator, so it would be a numerator.
So this is my numerator. Yep. What would my denominator be?
It would be the y-intercept.
No, it would just be 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so can we agree that this is the same as
Think of
3 over
any
1?
whole number. How do
Yes.
you write any whole number as a fraction?
Exactly. Any whole number. Okay, so if I had 1,000, and I asked you to represent that as a fraction over 1. That's all you do. This is very important to remember for the second strategy. Okay? So just 3 over 1 is what you can write. So I could even write this out as y equals 3 over 1 x plus 2. Okay, we don't do that because in a kind of a simplified form, we just don't have our 3 there. Okay, so if I look at this, okay, so this is my 3 and this is my 1. What is my rise going to be? What number represents my rise?
3.
Good. This is my 3, okay? So my 3 is my rise, so I'm actually going to be looking at directions here. I'm going to be going up 3 because that's my rise. And I'm going to go over 1 because that's my run. So one thing to think about when we're looking at our rise and our run. A rise is basically where we're going to move our point. We're going to move it up or we're going to move it down. So if we have a positive number, we're going to go up. Okay, so we want positive. And if it's a negative number, where do you think we're going to move our point?
Down.
Down, awesome. Now what about our run? If we're going up and down with our rise, what do you think our run might look like? Mohammed, what do you think?
Maybe to the side.
Perfect, yeah, maybe to the side, going horizontal. Okay, so we're gonna go left and right. So if it's a positive number, what direction am I going to go?
Oh.
Good, to the right, and if it's negative, we're going to go
Left.
to the left, okay? And we can use that to help, we can just always connect back to our Cartesian plane or even our number line, thinking about directions, okay? So, for this particular example, I'm going to start at my y-intercept, which I have already. Okay, now watch what I'm doing, okay? See my marker? Here we go, okay? So we're starting at 0 and 2. I am going to take this point and I'm going to go up 3 and over 1 and make a new point, okay? So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, over 1. Oh look, it landed there. What's my next step? Same thing, keep going, ready? 1, 2, 3, over 1. I can keep going, 1, 2, 3, over 1, I'm gonna write on there. Okay, and another option, I don't wanna confuse you
If you
guys.
want.
But is I could actually, instead of going up 3 and over 1, what's the opposite of that I could do as well? It's still equivalent. I can go down 3 and over 1. I could go down 3 over 1 if I wanted to. Okay? So, what do you notice? Both strategies, we get the exact same outcome, same line. Perfect. Okay? So, I'm going to give you another example that looks a little different than this one, and I want you to choose a strategy that you are comfortable with. We're gonna take them both up. Okay? Can I erase all this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do the next one.